Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.
It's Love Jones. It's Love Jones. Check us out as we combine our hit music with a love story. Live with Candy. It's Love Jones. Call in and participate at 326-271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Refugee Camp presents
for all relationships, for regrets, for disagreements, for breaking up and making up, for all those out there jonesing for love. It's Love Jones right here, right now on Global 99.5. Good morning. Boy, if y'all gonna hear some of these unspoken things that happen on Love Jones. Yes, it's a Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday, and this is the best mix of R&B music, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're Global 99.5 FM. Candy sitting in with your brother D.
Yeah.
And
the solid. How you can forget the solid?
No, I wasn't finished.
Oh.
I wasn't finised.
I was just
now you're catching feelings when you don't remember. Anyhow, 431-8497 is your text and WhatsApp. 812-1787 is your option. And of course, good morning to our Facebook watchers, viewers. Video will be posted on YouTube, Global 995 FM's website, as well as Love Jones. You can watch it on our page and become a friend as well. We always have great conversations that you can be a part of, as well as enjoy posting nonetheless.
I must have got a new phone, but this phone.
You're going on the... Man, you know, well, see, I've been getting update and they're telling me update, but then it's also saying that no space for update. But you know, it's classic. Okay, so I had something else that I wanted to chit-chat about this morning, but Monsieur Pat went and posted something very interesting in the group, and I'm hoping that we could just probably formulate some conversation in reference to that today and see what other men think about what was said and what women feel about it as well. I think it's an interesting place to come from, and the admittance of it, I think, goes to show that, you know, men are definitely on another tangent these days, and they should be given credit for that. You know what I mean? For being not just men that are mental, but they are emotional, and, you know, men that fuse logistical thinking as well as the emotional aspects, and have come from a different place of learnedness. Okay, so Pat says, how do you fix a broken woman? Now, you know, you read that, you're like, what? Look at you. I just know you was going to say, I thought you was going to say Gorilla Snort.
I actually going to say Gorilla Snort.
See, I know. I told you.
Gorilla Snort, I learned with the Gorilla Snort for your hair.
Yeah, I learned, but I knew that is, now how would I know that that's something you were going to say? I tell you, I learn you people. Okay, so it says, how do you fix a broken woman? Unfortunately, you can't. We men have contributed to the brokenness of these wonderful creatures. Many times we hear people say, why is she so frigged up? Or why she got to be like that? But do we really sit and think about why? I've administered a fair share of hurt to a woman that I claimed that I loved. We as men oftentimes, when we're found out, we say things like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Things, you know, are tough. You know, I'm trying to get through this. But we did mean it, because if we didn't mean it, then we would never have done it. When we men have messed up so bad, do we say, or do we stay and keep the wound open, or do we leave so this can begin? When we've messed up so badly, there will always be a level of mistrust until the day that you die. Here's the crazy thing though. After we have broken this woman, who has given her all to us, the one who has opened her soul and given her body to us, the one who has given her heart to us to protect, and then we turn around and kill her with words unimaginable and actions unthinkable, and we make the decision to go our separate ways. What do? We move on to the very next one. Here's the other crazy thing about it. We leave a broken woman for another man to fix, and we ourselves possibly move into another lady's life who is so broken that she needs fixing as well. Now, that's the first half of it. I'll get into the other aspect of it, but what do we say about it thus far? Of course, that's his opinion.
No, it's not. It's not.
What is it?
Reality, yeah. A lot of people, I mean, I've done it. I've apologized. I feel I was big enough to be able to apologize to women for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help? I don't know. I think that it makes the process towards their healing easier when they know that you acknowledge what you've done and that you or you try to make up for what you've done. Does it ease the hurt? No. Not in the least.
Okay, so let me ask a question before you continue. When we say things like, because I think it's always important for us to clarify stuff when we say it, because we hear things like a broken woman. I think everybody has their different view as to what that means or what their concept of being broken is. When someone says that you've left behind a broken woman, what is your interpretation of that as a man?
A woman that you met who was like emotionally available, who was giving, who was trusting, who was open, who was all the things that men claim that they want. But because of your own inexperience, immaturity, selfishness, number of different categories that make up, you not take advantage of it, but you don't know how to appreciate it properly, but that you don't want to lose it.
Right.
And your own personal fear of either commitment or losing or seeming vulnerable. You know, a lot of men haven't reached the point where vulnerability is easy for them to accept. So when you meet a woman who makes being vulnerable easy, it scares you because you're like, okay, I'm too comfortable around her. Like no. And so you do things to kind of make a ripple. And unfortunately, you don't even know that you're doing these things because you're not aware.
Subconsciously.
Right. Subconsciously, you're doing these things, but consciously you're like, but I do nothing. And then when the bickering starts, you're like, oh man, you're just being petty. And so what you do is you find comfort in someone else rather than asking me what's the problem. And when you add that third person in, and a lot of women do it too, but we're talking about men right now. You add the other female in. And then when your girlfriend or wife or whoever finds out, then it comes to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, or she was only for sex and this and that and the next. And so a lot of times,
I didn't know what I was doing. That's an important part of it.
And then she asks her why. And then that's that classic excuse, which is,
I don't know why.
I don't know. And they'll say, well, that's just a lie. Well, no, realistically, he doesn't. Most of them. Some of them do it just because, like I say, selfishness. But most of the times they don't know because they themselves are not, quote unquote, in control of what they're doing. That subconscious mind is what's taken over. And until men get to the point where they can grip, or when the subconscious mind starts to put things into them, they can recognize it and fix it, alter it before it becomes physical action. Yeah, it's going to be still a lot of broken women walking around. And I mean, unfortunately, by the time that woman meets a man who has it together,
who is matured, who is ready to take it on.
She's already been broken, and she is still in this state of defense and accusation and in the CIA mode where everything is suspect, and she goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and she finds a strand of hair lying on the floor. It's like, oh, but I don't know where this from even, who this woman is.
It's tough. But the important part about it is, though, I think it's ownership. I mean, to be honest, none of us can sit here, women or men, none of us can sit here and say that we've never hurt anybody.
I mean, as a perfect,
yeah, whatever, curbs. Yeah.
What did you say?
Curbs. I ain't even on yet. We're not even gonna go there this morning. And none of us can say so because, like I always say, and you know, there are people that say, "Oh my gosh, I've never done this," and "Oh my gosh, I will never do that. I've never cheated. I've never this. I've never that." You know, ownership is key to a lot of stuff, and I think for a lot of people, it's just that right there. Even it's not necessarily the explanation of why you've done what you've done, because as human beings, we like a ready answer and we like things to fit into a nice little box, and life just doesn't work that way. A lot of times there is no answer. Nothing that would satisfy you. Right. And even if I give you the answer that's real deal for me, it's not going to make sense to you, and it's not going to make the hurt better. It actually may make things a lot worse.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of times that's the issue. But I think for people, even if they don't forget, or even understand it in the moment, I think ownership is key in saying that, yes, okay, I know I did. And whatever this yields of who you are, that brokenness, I understand that I own a share in that. And I want you to know that I am sorry for that hurt. Even if they don't accept that right then, there will come a time when they're ready to begin the healing process, and they will say, all right, I let that go and I forgive him, or I forgive her, because he owned that and he apologized for that. I just wasn't ready for that right then.
Because that apology is going to resonate
at some point.
No, it's going to resonate continuously, because they're going to every time they think about what happened, the apology is they're going to hear it. Because the reason why you're broken, the reason why you're probably in that bitter itch stage, like I like to say, is because of what that particular person did.
But is there a difference? I think there's a big difference. And a lot of men, I think when they hear broken, that's the first thing that they go to. Oh, there's an itch with a switch.
Yeah.
And sometimes
most of the time it is.
Sometimes it's not that.
Most of the times it is.
No, I think that's a part of the process. Just like a recovering alcoholic, you go through stages and steps. I think anger is definitely probably one of the first. It's probably the first and the last step.
You being angry with me when I had absolutely nothing to do with your brokenness.
No, because come on, D, let's be real. A lot of times we lump people together. If there's a man and he's dated, maybe not even one, he's dated several women that have cheated on him or have been disloyal in any kind of way, he can lump women together at some point. Not every man. Yes, many men will.
Okay,
not every man, but a lot of women. He'll say, these women out here, I told you one time I was in the grocery store. I went through I was through produce, and I hear this other guy telling the other three men that are there. He said, he said, I can tell y'all right now, don't marry no Bahamian woman, boy. He said, woman on the whole, spiteful and heartless, but Bahamian women is a new breed. And I walked in and he looked at me, say, sorry about that, miss, but this real talk. And I just looked and I smiled. I said, I could have gotten into the debate. I could have gotten into the defense of women and all this other stuff, but that's his reality. That's his reality right here and right now, because of whatever happened between him, because he was discussing his recent divorce and separation. So whatever he feels, it really won't matter what I say until he's ready to get past that or have an understanding as to what the situation was.
That's wrong.
What is him?
No, what you said, that he won't be ready for it until.
A lot of people aren't.
The thing is, like, I've encountered, my profession. Yeah. I've encountered a lot of bitter itches. And I ain't talking about men, I'm talking about women.
But what I'm trying to say is there's a difference between broken and bitter. Yeah, there's a difference between an itch that has a switch and that has been, and then in her mind, because it's happened to me, I got lash out at every single other. And there's a difference between that and a feeling of brokenness, like I've been disappointed so many times. Morning, welcome to Love Jones.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hold on. Wait, I can't hear you. All good. What's going on?
You can hear us?
All right, again. All right, cool.
Yeah,
my ear wasn't working good just now.
It's Hamday, no. It's Hamday, no.
But interesting topic this morning,
isn't it? Though
I know, right? Yeah, but the whole thing with all right. Let's say now, because when you think about it, right? In most instances, when a man goes into another relationship, in most cases, he has come out of a relationship where he has done some damage, some hurt, where he has hurt this other woman. Then the relationship that he goes into with another woman, in most cases,
she's been hurt by someone else.
Broken by another man. Yeah. And so now when you both open up. You know, hopefully in a case like this, when two people have come from relationships where both of them have been hurt, where one has either caused the hurt or been the victim of it.
Right.
Hopefully these two people now, these two broken people now coming into this new relationship, hopefully they'll be open enough to share with each other, why did your last relationship not work? And then
they'll be honest enough to tell each other the truth.
Well, I mean, that's where the honesty comes in. And so now the thing is, it's like, you can't say she's a bitter itch, right?
It's a difference between brokenness and being itchy.
Right, because the thing about it is, it's like, okay, the guy that she's been with has basically trampled her, right? And then if she knows, if you have been honest with her, and you have said to her, you know, well, things didn't work out with me and my ex because I did this, and you know, I cheated on her, I hurt her in some way, you know, now she has no choice really but to build a defense, you know, and so it's like now she's more or less trying to protect herself. You see what I'm saying?
I do get it. And the question that I will ask though, because I received what is a flurry happening on Facebook right now. The question that's been put forward is, can two broken people, because what we always say is, in order to make a relationship, what you want it to be.
Candy, hold on, I can give you a call right back. Okay?
All right. Now, what we keep saying is, in order to make a relationship work, you need to be whole, right? You can't go into a relationship looking for someone else to complete you or fix you. That's something that people always say. And now we're talking about two people, one reason or the other, whatever your view as to what broken is. They're now coming together, not just with each other, but trying to fix each other or assist in each other being healed through honesty, open communication, and all of that. Is that a recipe for disaster when two broken people get together? Because if you knew how to fix yourself, or if you could have done fixing, then why couldn't you just fix that? Especially if that was the source of your hurt and your anger and all of that.
Sometimes you actually need someone that is on the outside to point out. If you are genuinely honest about self-improvement, or generally interested in self-improvement, sometimes you need someone from the outside to point you in the right direction and point out your flaws, because you can see everyone else's, but you're not willing to see your own. And let me bring this example. I had an ex. Me, I was still cool or whatever the case is, and so we talk every so often. And we were talking one day, and she was like, "Well, what happened with us? Why didn't it work?" And I started telling her, "Well, because I mean, you was into
things."
Harlotry, and you wasn't making no sense. Like, if you wanted a relationship, you have a certain sacrifices that you have to make in order for that relationship to actually work. She's like, yeah, but I mean, you would do certain things, and you wouldn't even like try to help me with my son. I said, your son is not my responsibility. Your son is the responsibility of you and his father. I said, now, off of the strength that I'm with you, there are certain things that I would assist you with. I said, and if you say, well, hey, my baby needs medication and his daddy and have it, or I have it, you just say I have it, then I'll give you the money for it. I say, but don't expect me to come in and play to cause me dad, because that's not gonna happen. I have my children. They don't need another father. They have other men in their lives that play the role of dad, but they don't need that, because that's not his responsibility. My children are my responsibility. And I point out some other stuff to her, and she got all in her feelings. And then her comment was, okay, well, I could agree with some of the things that you're saying, but due to the fact that we're no longer together, those things are relevant. I said, no. I said, if you are interested in trying to better yourself, then you need to hear these things so that when you go into the next relationship, you could fix it. The woman blocked me.
As I said to you before, like the conversation through produce, sometimes you have to be ready.
But the thing is, it's already there. It's already there. So it's still going to play in her head.
You hope. Well,
that's true.
We know a lot of times it isn't that people don't know better, you know. Yeah. And I know honestly and earnestly you do hope so, for the betterment of the enjoyment that she could get from another relationship. But I've learned that No matter how much you love someone or want the best for them, until they're ready, there's absolutely nothing that you can do to change that. They have all of the information before them. They know better, and they still refuse to do better. No.
I know people like that. I know a woman who tell me that. She's like, yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing that, but still, I'm comfortable.
And she's serious with that.
I'm like, what?
I was about to say a word that I can't say. She's so serious with that. It ain't funny. And some people are okay with living that same reel over and over, even though it's a horror flick. It's like Groundhog Day. They done live that over and over and over, and they know better. They know if they get up out of the bed this time, that'll happen, that'll lead to that, and they'll do it again and again and again. Not because they don't see that there's a possibility to do better and live a better life, but why would I? I'm already accustomed to this. I'm used to this. Take this or leave this. Some people are okay with being broken because the kind of attention that you get for being broken or being the victim, they live for that. They live for it. You know, some people just love drama. Some people run at the mere sight of drama, peep around the corner, they bongi and heel, gone. Some people see drama. My friend, oh God, I've missing you. I see you not for hours. Drama, I love you. They just love it. That feeling of men fighting over them. Some women just love that. Some men living that life or having to sneak and hide phone and secret messages on Facebook, and they love that. That ups the ante, that excitement for them, even though it will never yield
anything of substance
or real semblance of what unity and love is about.
That's them. Yeah.
And for some of them, the excuse is, boy, love ain't been kind to me. I've been hurt by that, so I ain't trying to do that. So they leave themselves, continue to break, and they break other people along the way. Hurt people. Unfortunately, it's just what it is. And people just love being a part of that story. They love to rewrite the story. But at the end of the day, they still play victim. But at the end of the day, they're really the villain because they know better and they refuse to do different. Sad but true.
Yeah.
So the writer, as he'll be called, Pod went on to say, he said, so men, how do you fix a broken woman? When she has poured her heart out about her past, she can't seem to let it go, though, because of all the pain that guy has caused. How do you fix it? When there are constant reminders of that guy and you're wondering, what the hell did he do that causes this woman to want to hold on to him? When you already know all the dirty little secrets of what he did to shatter her, how do you fix it? When she looks into your eyes and you can see the heart-wrenching pain and all you want to do is take all that away from her, how do you fix it? When you are so deep in love with her that walking away from her is not an option for her to deal with this pain by herself, how do you fix it? The answer is this: men, we can't fix a broken woman.
Nope.
The only thing that you can do is love her. Take her as she is and let her love be the glue that mends her broken spirit. There are possibly years of hurt that she needs to get over, and the last thing she needs is for you to be pressuring her about letting it all go. Women are different from men. When there has been a bond between a man and a woman, and if children are indeed involved, there is not a hurdle that she will cross easily. The key is to always be quick to listen and slow to speak. Trust her, because though it is hard for us as men to sit back and see her hurt, and when children are involved with that guy, and try to make sense of the situation and let go. This is something that she has to deal with by herself in her own time. You must be patient. If you are not prepared to go the extra mile with her through these struggles, walk away. If it is not something you can deal with, walk away. But if you choose to stay, please handle with care, because the more times a vessel is broken, the harder it is to put back together.
What?
Let's get it. Get in there.
What? I can appreciate what he's saying, right? And I do understand.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhat agree with what he's saying.
But
why? What? Which one of Murphy's laws says that I have to stay there and deal with your BS?
You don't.
Hold on, let me finish. Because if she's worth it, yes, she is worth it. But if I could see she's worth it, then she has to see it too, and she has to be willing to make steps towards bettering herself. I'm not Captain Saver. I'm not. So if you have an interest in bettering yourself, then I'm all for it. I'm willing to stay there to help you better yourself if you want to better yourself. If you want to stay in that same slop, whining and groaning and moaning over, oh, he hurt. Okay, that's life. It happens. Boy, look here. What doors I forget. I'm so glad this mic. I feel this
because
microphone.
I'm watching you like in a nervous pile right now. You don't even know.
But you have to want to better. You always say that. You have to want to better yourself. And if you don't, then me staying there, me trying to open your eyes to what you are and who you are and what you can be, is just a waste of my energy, air, effort, emotion, heart, love, everything else.
In a big way, I agree with you. But here's the thing that I've learned along the way. We got to call her, but here's something that I've learned along the way. Unfortunately, some people simply do not have the tools. They're not equipped to get beyond, to get above. They want to so desperately to be better, to do better. They just have no idea or cannot even fathom a life outside of what they've always lived.
Then they need to stay there by themselves.
But
because
see,
at the
that's
end
what
of
he
the day,
said. If you can't deal and this is too much, walk away.
But hear what I'm saying.
Hold on. We got a call on the line. Caller, let me see if that's Pat calling.
It is bad.
Brethren,
You think of someone else say,
listen, man.
there.
Listen.
What
When
one
you have been a
star?
part of chaos for so long, chaos becomes you.
Naturally.
When you can't, when you have been in a situation for so long and this has become the norm, change is so hard.
It ain't just that, Pat. You ever see somebody where they've been mistreated and you say, boy, here's a sucker for mistreatment, eh? Love bad treatment. This person has been walked over, stomped on, and here you come. Flies, roses, and all these good things, and you relish in them with love, and they pushing away, and you're like, well, mother sick, all our bad treatment, I lathering you with goodness and glory, and you running. Some people don't feel as if, number one, they're worthy to be loved. And I agree with you. You have to deem yourself worthy. But some people really just don't know it. And you ever hear somebody say, I wish I could see myself through your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason, not to
Right.
say.
But watch this. Hold on, Pat.
But hold on.
Everybody holding on.
I want to make a comment on what Pat said. I've been that person.
Which one?
The person who didn't feel as though I deserved love and all these other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've been that guy who just dated women who would take advantage of me and mistreat me and do all these things. I've been that
They used
guy.
to have their way with you?
Yeah.
I don't really see him as that person complaining about being taken advantage of. But carry on.
That's what I'm saying. So that was, I didn't mind. But I've been that guy who was, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, one of my friends, he actually saw me and we were talking. He's like, but why you? And I was like, man, that's just how some. He's like, no, women being that way is one thing. You accepting it is something else. And as he spoke to me, certain things I was like, yeah. And I felt as though, okay, but I want this and I want that. And he's like, okay, but you can't get that with the women that you date. And I had to realize that, hey, you know what? I had to change my internal self. And I had to project something different. And that's not to say that I don't still encounter situations like that, or I didn't encounter situations. But at the end of the day, I had to make a determination within myself to change me first.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, I understand what you're saying, that living in that chaos for so long, it becomes your norm. But also remember the situation I told you with the lady who called and she said she wanted to be a lawyer, and she told her mom she wanted to be a lawyer at 15. Her mom, you only know but sleeping with man and having them take care of you. And she's like, I don't want to do that. But that's all she saw.
Hold on a second. Pat, what'd you
But
say?
check it out. Okay, like Candy, how you was talking about, you give her the butterflies and roses and all that stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason the pushback is there is because, and I think it's more so for women than men, is like, okay, you know what, this is so good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
When is this going to stop, and when is he going to assume the role of what I have
The
been
monster.
in?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so there's that again, that safety mechanism to say, all right, you know what? I gotta preserve myself. I gotta make sure that I don't go down this road again.
Yeah, so
You know,
I'll be the monster that you're afraid of.
Right, and the thing is, yeah, it's only natural. And if you really have a connection with this person and you really feeling this person, and both of you are feeling each other, and she is saying to you, listen, I love you, I'm in love with you, I want to work with you. I want to be with you and everything like that. But this situation, this is really heavy for me. And if you really tuned into her and you really into her, you're gonna say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna help you work through this. I'm gonna help you work. I mean, I understand when you say, you know, you ain't gonna be no Captain Saver, yo, you know, but sometimes, bro, it's like, if this person means something to you and she is showing you, she is being upfront and honest in every single aspect of her life regarding what has happened in her past, you know, you're gonna say, you know what, yes, this woman she does love me and she does want something with me, and so I'm gonna work through her with this. I'm gonna, when she has a question.
That's what I
Go
said,
ahead.
Pat.
I'll do you one better. Forgive me. And this is sometimes, and I understand some people are going to be naysayers with this, but here's how I always measure it. I ask myself, am I whole? As far as I may have come with healing and understanding and all of these things, as far as love and relationships go, even with that, am I still whole? And most people would say, yes, of course you're whole, because this and that. And the truth of the matter is, whether you accept it or not, we're all broken in some way or the other, or have been. Whether we break ourselves through our inability to move on, mature, to grow, or whether life has come and brought brokenness to us through the experiences that have happened to us as children or times thereafter. Whether it's marriage, whether it's having our own children, we've all experienced brokenness or are broken in some way or the other and strive towards healing. That's an everyday process. Ain't nobody ever could say, no, you're not. Just the fact that you say that, you still broken. Go sit in the hot corner, please. Thanks.
Yeah, that's true.
So we all are. So my thing is, if I want someone to come along, be with me in my broken way as I strive towards healing, then who the hell am I to say you're too broken for me to be with? Here's where I agree with you. Now, with that happening, as day to day go by, I gotta see something from you.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I gotta see something movement towards.
Even if I don't see it initially, if you can come to me and say, okay, baby, well, what, how can, like, you just, I can see that you're trying.
That's different,
right? Then I'm out. Like I said, I'm all in.
But if you want to be a pig and slop,
no, I can't do that
all day, every day in it. I can't.
Every time I take you with the pen, or I try to take you with the pen, you run back and you jump in the pen. I put a little bit of water on you. You run back and you put your snout. No, then stay there.
I try to be like Charlotte's Web. I can't use the county fair. You all you want to do is be bacon. Right. I can't afford that.
No.
I'm just saying, you know, so I agree with you, Pat, in what you've said, but I agree too that if we're not careful in our zeal to want to be a part of something and where we see the bounty that this person has, in our zeal towards that and wanting to help so much, we will plummet with them if we're not careful. That's the danger in there.
That's what happens.
You will plummet with them.
You're so concerned trying to save them.
And in your own way. And let me tell you something, Pat. For me and you personally, you know your situation, as does D. My fear for you is this. Because you yourself see yourself as a man that has broken another that you said you love. In your way, this is restitution as well. I'm not saying that whatever it is you don't feel, I've been there, so I could see it. In your way, because I've hurt someone else,
I owe them.
If I can't fix that or give that back, I'll pay restitution in this next one I go in. And I'll be damned if I walk away from this, leaving this one broken. We do it, and we don't even realize it. It's who we are. But let me tell you, there is a serious danger in this because it becomes like quicksand.
Yeah, you have to be able to recognize when it's time to cut the cord. Like you have to. Like, believe me, I bring this in with my oldest son's mom. I think Pat knows my oldest son's mom. I think he does. Huh?
I can't remember, but I guess
with my oldest son's mom. Yeah, I know. With my oldest son's mom, that was the first woman that I told you off air before. That was the first woman I loved. I had a child with. She has my first son. Like, I was locked into her. And
then
when everything started to go haywire, I still was trying to hold on to it. Like, it was like trying to hold on to a live wire with wet gloves. Like, I was still holding And eventually, I was like, you know what, this ain't, I can't. And I let go. And
Right.
it hurt. I cried for months, even though I left her. I cried
That's the loss,
for
though.
months. Then it was the trying to hold on to the relationship with my son. Actually, I was still trying to put things together with her, like on a cordial level. That couldn't work. So I was like, okay, well then the hell with you. And I tried to do it with my son. She made that as difficult as pulling teeth from a lion. So I was like, okay, well then I'll back off from that. Then she put me in court. I went to court and it got to the point where I told the magistrate, I'm like, look, I am exhausted. I am like totally done. I'm like, if it means that I have to give up rights to my child, then I will do that. I can't do this anymore. The fighting, the emotional strain, I just can't.
We have to realize that, hey,
And when the magistrate was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna allow that. Like, and it got to the point like right now, we don't really speak. We speak a reference to him. We don't really speak like that. But I haven't spoken to my son like on a regular basis in a minute. I've tried to. I'm just exhausted.
at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, for all the great attributes that this person has and this relationship has brought, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. Because a little bit of poison, it's like necrosis. It eats a little bit, and before you know it,
The whole arm gone.
the arm has been infiltrated. When you look again,
The shoulder gone.
it's into the shoulder. Before you look again, it has taken over the entire aspect of your being.
Yep.
Can't do it. Can't do it. No matter
Totally.
how much you love someone.
No.
But anyway, I'll continue listening in.
All right.
That's all.
Can't do it.
It's a lot of times, and
And
like
see,
you-
that's what I'm saying. That's the danger of this thing called brokenness.
the thing is, like you said, and exactly the example you brought with Pat, persons who know that they feel as though they have wronged someone, they feel as though, hey, I gotta make this right somehow, some way. Like you say, if it's not through the person I wrong,
I'll do
then I
it
do it
somewhere
to someone else. And a lot of times we stay in situations trying to make a situation right.
Mhm.
And again, if the person that you are trying to make the situation right
trying.
with is also trying to make the situation right.
Agree.
But if they're not, then
You
you
can't.
could say, look, baby, listen to me. I want you to hear me clear. I love you like I do.
And I gotta love
But
me
I
more.
got to walk away.
Yeah.
And they may not understand. And they be like, no, but if you love me, Donald Jones wrote a song says, I'm what?
But see,
Where I
that's
gotta
it.
be?
Yeah, but see, that's it. Where we see love is and why I say it's a double edge, right? On one end of the spectrum, people say, "Oh, we give up on love so easily."
You
When
don't know
we've
what I've
been
been through.
hurt or when we've been cheated on, we ready to run and walk away, right?
Mm.
On the other end of the spectrum, you hear people say, "I love you to the end of the moon and back, but I gotta love me more."
Mhm.
Both of those things is true. You just have to come to the middle and find equilibrium.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
balance. It is about loyalty and it is about being there through the most difficult times, right? Because we're human beings. You can F it up and so will I. And it's just, that's
Life.
facts, right? Now, whether you're effing it up is leaving carpet fresh all over the ground, and my effing up is going to the strip club doing things that I shouldn't do. It is still what it is. And so I'm all about being there and helping people grow, but you have to grow as well. And that means maturity to see things for what they are. And you can't heal a situation that happened past by healing a situation that's present.
No.
You can't. Each situation is different within itself. And I agree. Once we interlock with someone in their lives, it's much more difficult than just back away. But are they equally interlocked in your life? Are they equally as excited and striving towards healing themselves as well as you both as a couple? And if the answer is no, overly invested. Overly invested. And that means that if the bottom falls out of the box, you will be the person that's going to be overly hurt as well.
Correct. And then sometimes, because it's just getting to me, sometimes, people feel as though the type of love that you give is either too aggressive, it's too it's this and that. And to you, it's like, no, I'm just being this normal. Like some people, they're used to mediocre love, quote unquote.
Right. That love.
That type of love.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't want this. This is too
Overwhelming.
much.
Yeah.
But they do want love, mind you. But they're like, okay, well, I've heard someone say you love me too much.
And a lot of times the reason why that's said is because the way that you're giving it, I can't give it to you that way.
Okay, but I don't want you to give it to me that way.
You say that, but a lot of times people expect to get exactly what they give. That's the truth. Even if not now, they can say, no, let me let you ease into it. But I still gonna need that, like how I giving that to
The
you.
way that I am is the way that we like it. I'm talking about me now.
Do you understand what I?
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not this- y'all understand. Y'all tapestry over there, and this is the regular home fabrics. See, it's home fabrics, right? They're like gingham and cotton and silk, them kind of. And then you're in part tapestry that like over there.
In the
like
corner.
God's sitting there, like he's still stitching that. Currently, that's like an everyday thing he weaving and thinging. That different.
I mean, like it's like.
But I mean, naturally, D, that's what it is. Okay, like if you have a pet be at home, right? And don't ask it because it was a cat. We have the cat mattered up, but this is a whole other something. And we pick up this puppy. He was being polted in the road by school
Lord.
children, and so we went and we picked him up and we took him home. And my thing is, y'all keep that dog over there because I've become emotionally invested in other animals, and they've either died or they've run away or something have happened. I don't want to get close to this dog. I say I'll keep him over there. I can help you get the food and thing, but I don't want no but him. I want him. Keep him there. Every day I come out, he looking at me like, so you
mean this?
You don't.
Is why
You know you want to love me. Come here, girl. Right? He just give me that look, and then I'll call his name and pet him a little bit, like, oh, you're so come here, man. You're so cute, right? So the way in which taking care of him and giving him those things, and now that I've become invested in him, I look to see him when I go in the yard every day now, and the love that I give him, I expect him to give it to me the same. Of course, he can't buy me food and things like that, but he'll show that in wagging his tail or jumping on me. And so I say that to say men and women love differently. They give differently. They pour their love out differently. But that expectation to give just as much as you get, that's with all of us, even in a different way. The way that D loves is different from another man loves. But I'm sure a woman that's in with you will know and feel your love, even if it's different from how any other man has. It just is. And the more she sees of that, the more she's going to want. And you giving that to her, it's like, okay, I'm pouring out to you. Now you have to pour back into me. Or it seems as if I'm overly invested.
But you, like I said, my whole thing is you pour. I expect you to pour into me, yes, but it doesn't have to be the same way that I pour into you. Because
I just said it won't be the same way, but you'll know that she loves you in a different way.
Yeah.
Even if she says, okay, I'm not who other women, I can't give the way that they did. But I'm a damn good cook. So therefore, I can throw down in the kitchen and I can cook. Every time you put that fork to your mouth, you will feel love. You know what? I can't
That's
clean
true.
with a damn.
No.
Well, I don't get into that, please, because I know how you feel about the clean stuff. But I mightn't. But cooking is my strong suit, and I may not be a huggy person. But when you sit down and you eat a meal that I've given you, you know I love you.
Yeah.
You won't know through my hugs, but you'll know through how I feed you.
Like I dated this lady, and she would buy gifts and whatever, like for birthday and for this and that. And I'm not a gift person. Like I'm not.
Right.
But I went to the I think it was for either her birthday or for Christmas, and I bought her a gift. Like I took my time.
Went shopping.
Yeah, I went shopping. Like literally, I spoke to some of the sales clerk. I was like I want something that's good for this, that, and that. And I paid down on it. Went paid. Got it wrapped. Gave it to her.
Right.
And she opened it and she started to cry.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened?
She said, I can't do nothing right.
Right.
Actually, take my time. You flicking cry. What happened, woman?
I'm like, what? Like, what?
What?
Yeah. And then she explained. I'm like, oh, okay. He is like, it's because for me it was like, okay, you always. When I say always, sometimes you just bring stuff just because.
Right.
I'm like, and I feel like, okay, I got to do something. But then of course my mind's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, that's on
her.
That's how she just doing it.
Right.
Let's roll on.
But I was like, okay, I was like, okay, this time I will definitely. And when I did it, and I guess for her, the effort that I put in,
that's what it was
towards taking that find something that I felt suited her to her meant that much.
And that's
And
the
I'm like,
meaningfulness of it. Number one, you stepped out of your zone of normalcy. To women, that equates to this isn't who he is, but he knew it would be meaningful for me, and that changes the ante of things. Number two, the fact that this is something that actually suits me. That means he's taken the time to learn me, even when I thought that he wasn't paying attention or he didn't care. Obviously, he does. So that's why she started crying. For you, it's like, yo, you always doing, I gotta do. Right? That's how most men are. Ay, now you've done it, now I gotta do.
Yeah.
But for her, that's what it translated into. And that's why I say men and women love differently. We give differently. We illustrate love in different ways. But once it can be felt, it doesn't have to equal to anybody's translation as long as it equates to feeling and being loved. That's all that matters. And so, you know, when we talk about this thing of brokenness, I thought it was just a most interesting conversation. And I think I appreciate coming from a man's perspective of men owning the fact that, because a lot of men will say, these women around here, but they'll never own the fact that they are part of why women are the way they are.
I've spoken to so much men. I am all the women. I say, brother, listen to me. I say, how much women you ever cheated on? Like just that, a couple. All right. Well.
They need that thing which is happening. You know that thing at preschool with the beads?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, so understand. Those women are the women out here now that's broken. Those are the women that are going through the cycles.
Or they've raised broken daughters.
Or how much women that you're cheating on who you have children with.
Yeah.
I say when that bitterness comes in,
the cycle continues.
that's what they can't voice it to you because you're hearing them.
And you're not here.
Or not right. So what they do is they put it to the next person. Girl, don't never let no man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it starts. When you tell this to a 6-7-year-old, that's where it starts.
Then they see you either being bludgeoned through emotion or actually being put in hands
or being
on.
Promiscuous.
That sets the seed. There's so many reasons why brokenness is all of our fault.
And that's why a lot of women, when you ask them, why are you like this? They're like, that's just me. I just born like my mom. No, you like that because your mommy been through something.
Or you've been through and you ain't deal with.
It's right. It's a lot of different things. And so it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
Women, same way. You talk about men that are around here like dogs or men that are emotionally unavailable. Look further, look deeper.
Watch this.
Find out why.
Sorry to cut you off. I said to a woman before. She was like, oh, she's looking for a good man. Da, 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 da. I said, how many men have you dated? She's like, well, 5. I said, and the last guy is the one that you kind of, she said, yeah. I said, let me ask you a question. Out of the other 4 men, I said, think back. Wasn't there at least one guy out of the 4 that was to him, you was everything, and you really, he just, you was his priority, like you was it for him. Yeah. I said, okay, what happened with him? Well, I was young. No, don't give me that. It wasn't the fact of you being young. What it was you was too concerned with trying to impress friends or this one or that one. And to you, he was too soft. I said, and so for that reason, you walked away from that. I said, if you were to see him now, do you think that he would even remotely be interested in pursuing something with you? You're a liar.
But here's the thing.
Not really.
A lot of times because of what she did, in whatever the reason was,
someone else is going to suffer for it.
Now, and there you go. Someone else is now experiencing or have experienced the ramifications of how she hurt him. So we all have created or contributed to the cycle of brokenness of human beings, period. Whether we have assisted in the breaking of our children.
Why I'm laughing, right? Because I just remember the incident my brother told me about what he saw. No, he was talking to someone in the group that he's in. Same thing she was talking about. She's this and that and looking for a good man, and he brought the same thing about the past guys. She's like, well, there was this one guy. He's like, okay. He's like, well, I don't know if you could find him. He said, but if you can, try to find him on Facebook or whatever and talk to him and see if. She's like, oh well, he's already married. He's like, yeah, well, that's your bad. They're lost. Anyway, I gone. Why are you getting mad though?
Because I know I
Yeah, but why you guys?
could have been me.
It could have been if you had common sense. But why you getting mad at
But
me?
sometimes
I
it
ain't
ain't
doing-
just common sense, D. Sometimes people just
Candy. You always say it. You can sense. You can almost sense when someone genuinely. Is,
Oh, yeah. No, that's not
into
what I
you.
mean. The truth of the matter is, what I mean by that is a lot of times we expect people to be on the same level that we're at. Like you. If you say, like you've said here, that relationship hurt you, it made you cry, it made you do a couple things, become the last harlot on Horo 709, right? And then you had to go through that stage. Living in the whole brownstone.
This woman just called me a harlot.
At some
on
point,
live, on live radio.
I'm not saying that that's what the stage is now, but we can agree you've been through that stage.
Yes, we got.
right?
Yes, we got.
And so, okay, so you go from that hurt and that upset and being the person that has been broken
Mhm.
to also
breaking
now
it.
breaking others and now wanting to come out of that and heal and also be with someone that is willing to accept healing within themselves.
Mhm.
It's the transitions that we go through in life. But a lot of times when we are at those last stages of accepting healing and changing, we meet people that are just now coming into it.
The beginning of that cycle.
That have a ways to go. But
And-
we expect them, come hurry up. I hear you need to hurry your healing because I ready to flicking go. No, I done past 709. I don't live in that brownstone no more. You need to come here to the condo
Yeah.
and chill with the healing people
You try
over here.
you try to get a lease in there.
I try to what you dealing? So you're renting there? No rent on? That's how we living? Yeah, I don't buy couch though. No?
No.
You still in a plastic chair. I
Yeah.
don't buy couch.
Oh, I mean,
I pick it up. No?
keep it lazy boy.
That how you know that's what I was gonna say?
Yeah, man.
Stop it, Curbs. So that's what I'm saying. We expect people when we meet them, they should be where we're at. And sometimes it's
They're
not.
not.
But we come together anyway, knowing that they still have a ways to go. And then when it falls out, you trying to figure out, you know why. You know why. They weren't ready for the brand that you were offering, but you want them to be. They cannot be until they've gone through what they need to, they've learned, and they're willing to change and be different. Not just because you're there, mean that someone then went down the yellow brick road. You got to give people time to get to where they need to be. And if they're not where they should be or what's good for you, don't get into the relationship talking about you fixing.
No, simple. I could be your friend. I could give you advice on how to fix certain things.
Yeah, but
if
I
you want.
can't be with you and I can't lay with you because then now that taking me back to where you're at and I got to start from
I
scratch
ain't trying to
again.
go back
I ain't
there.
trying to go back to where I just come from. We put ourselves back in broken situations again and again and again for the namesake of helping other people. They need your help.
I can help you.
They
but
can grow though, and they can have to move through these transgressions and transitions, whether you're there or not. They gonna have to do.
hopefully.
Yeah. But you want to be James Brown. Anyhow. Oh, good. Get Joe out of here. Anyhow, that's it for us today.
Anyway, before we go on for air, because I missed it Monday, so I got to do it now. I have to send a happy birthday shout out to my brother. He is 30. I'm 37. He's 36
Whoop,
today.
whoop, Gemini.
Yeah, he have a problem. Yeah. So I got to send a shout out to him. And there was someone else I was supposed to send out to, but you remember the other person?
Your child.
No, but
I
it was
feel like
Monday.
somebody else's birthday today.
Yeah, someone else's birthday today, but I can't-
I know.
I try to remember who birthday is it.
You know important people
Guys,
birthday.
I don't
today.
think so. No.
You know,
They don't
important
matter.
people birthday
Don't,
today.
someone else's birthday today at any event.
Yeah, someone
And
else
so we
birthday
could,
today.
if y'all see someone else,
Yeah.
tell Candy happy birthday. Yeah, it's the fluffy one's birthday, y'all. She, how old is she now? But
Ooh,
okay, yeah, she's like 23 today.
39.
17. Okay,
I
all right,
accept that.
all right, yeah.
I'm knocking on 40 doors. I'm trying to lock. I will keep knocking from over here. Knocking on 40
Show the
doors.
pebbles. Don't knock on the door. Right.
Oh, ain't nobody home.
Right, keep going.
Yeah.
So it's Candy's birthday today, everybody. All our Facebook viewers and our WhatsApp listeners and all the other people who just tune in whenever they decide they can tune in. Gigi, because you know Gigi always Gigi sit in the car to listen. Yeah, so it's Candy's birthday today, everybody. So let's wish Candy a happy birthday and wish her that she sees a lot more of these birthdays so we can stay on the air and we could keep talking the stuff
Thanks,
and helping
thanks,
people
thanks. Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. So yeah,
Thank
to
you.
everybody, it is Candy's birthday. So congratulations to Miss.
Thank
Seeing
you.
almost 40.
Almost 40.
Yeah.
God is good. It's been
All
a
the
long
time.
road. Oh Lord, it's been a long road. it's
Hopefully,
been snares.
like I said, I'm 30 some, so hopefully I'll make it to see.
Get it, mine.
Yeah.
And I'll get to Nathan's age sometime. Thank you guys. It's been a great show as always. I hope that we've encouraged thought-provoking conversation as per usual. Thanks to the Solid for making sure production is tight on that side. Brother D, appreciate it. And Lord, Magic Mikey, wherever he is, he'll be back. I think tomorrow. You know, he had to go pani my man. He had to go do
Again?
business. Yeah.
What the frizz?
Shh, my birthday present coming from over there. So I ain't gonna complain.
The taste.
I tell him get the little hot vibe so we could do a Love Jones Panama edition.
Yeah, I
That's
got
all I
some
wait
Spanish
on.
though.
You can speak whiny. We can link. That's it for us. Keep it locked in. We've got more great music on the way. We're 99.5.
Come and change. Can't take mine, so I gotta take someone.
And you get Sharon.
You've been listening to Love Jones.